That's right. The Golden Knights looking. I don't know, man. I don't know what they look like. They look kind of shitty to me, but that's just me. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Vegas Born Podcast. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the bell for notifications. We are live. We are live, and as always, we are live with Mac. Mac, you there?
Yo, what's up, Mars?
What's up, man?
What up? What it be?
So, dude, like, we didn't look great tonight, to be honest with you.
I didn't think we looked. I don't think Fleury looked at his best. There was a lot of slop goals. I think we looked good on our forecheck. I'll say that. I thought our defense was okay. Our fourth line, Nosek, Ryan Reeves, those guys, they look good. Yeah, I don't think we look. I think we could do so much better. We're gonna have to do better coming into game 2. You know, another important home game that they're gonna. You know, the Caps are gonna. But then again, I think we look better than them, and they probably played a better game. But if they can't handle us at our, that wasn't our best hockey. No. Is what I'm trying to say. And usually when that happens, they know it. They know, and they're going to come out on fire on game 2. And I expect us to be solid. I expect Fleury to just, some of those goals, some of it was, just deflection or, just bad defense. Riley Smith just, he was trying to go offense when he should have been playing defense. And,
yeah.
And then again, he scored a goal a couple minutes before then. So he was riding high on, I'm going to try to get another one where, hey, man. And, the Caps, man, they look – when they –
Well, here's one thing I do know. Here's one thing I do know is you never know what to expect at a Vegas Golden Knights game, man. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final included Michael Buffer giving his "Let's get ready to rumble"
great, by the way. I thought that was awesome.
Introduction before the face-off. Lee Greenwood saying "God bless the USA" and Gladys Knight saying "God bless America."
Mm-hmm.
Boxing great Floyd Mayweather was in the stands, and even though I think he's a douchebag, but whatever. Yeah, it was all kinds of surprises tonight, man. It was crazy.
Oh, I really liked the Michael Buffer. That they wanted. I mean, they really pulled all the stops out with that one. That's like, all right. I've never seen that at a Stanley Cup Finals before. Have you?
I've never seen that. No, dude, that doesn't happen. Yeah, it doesn't happen like that.
That's awesome. That was awesome.
It's only for us. Yeah.
I loved how he called. He knew every player's name, and he knew, coming, and that was like, wow.
Well, yeah, because he's reading reading a card, man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he knew every, and he didn't. He did a fucking phenomenal job too. I mean, I really like. Yeah,
he's reading every player's name. Yeah, man. Yeah, he knows every player's name, bro.
And it was badass, dude. Nothing short of phenomenal. And you know what? We didn't play our best, but we got the win, and that works. These Capitals, no Caps. They're going to play us hard. Ovechkin kind of shut him down tonight, but Yoshi, man, what about Wilson, dude? What a dirty fuck he is, huh?
Yeah, he really is. But let me say, let me say this real quick, man. The Golden Knights, for the most part, have been fairly consistent on the ice, okay? The Golden Knights, their perseverance has shown throughout the season, man. I mean, yeah. And when they downed the Capitals tonight 6-4, I think it showed again. I mean, they just
resilience, man.
Yeah.
It's resilience.
Yeah.
It's that throughout, every
Resilience
time
is perseverance.
when you think,
okay, they just own it, man.
Okay, when was it Backstrom got that? Was it the tying goal or went up like 4-3 on us?
Yeah, I mean, in a game that featured four lead changes, dude. Four lead changes to take a 1-0 lead in the best-of-7 Stanley Cup final, man. I mean, it was. I mean, I had 12 strokes, man. I had 12 strokes and 2 mini strokes.
I was right with you, man. There's no other game sport like hockey where I'm literally just a nervous wreck, shaking, just can barely sit still than hockey, dude. I mean, in nights hockey is like that times 10. It's just these guys, the way they, like you just said, it's resilience, it's this perseverance. Yeah, I mean,
it's all that, man.
I'm feeling I'm feeling more confident because they say, since we've done a best-of-7 series, the winner of Game 1 wins 78% of the time, and we have home ice. So
I mean, they really have in the playoffs made it a habit to respond quickly to adversity, and I mean, they did it again in the third period of tonight's game.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just what they do. It really is.
I mean, what about Ryan Reeves, man? He's had 2 goals, and
I thought he had a great game.
He did.
Yeah, maybe not a great game, maybe a good game.
Dude. I mean,
but
he was physical on the forecheck. He had a goal. He's been good during the ice time he's had in the last few rounds. He's been, and I know there's a lot of people that, he doesn't play smart hockey, and but he's a physical presence. Sorry, everybody knows he's not going to score goals, but hey, man, if you saw it on the forecheck, he's that physical presence, and if he can get assists and maybe a goal, dude, he's the perfect guy, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Wilson doesn't want none of Ryan Reeves. I mean, nobody does, dude.
Well, who does? I mean, there are many people that do want a piece of Ryan Reeves.
Yeah, they know what's up. I mean,
dude, the Golden Knights are 7-1. That's their record, 7-1 in the playoffs. At home. Isn't that crazy, man? Does that sound crazy? I think it does. I think it does.
Yeah. And what's even crazier?
I mean, they've only been playing in team.
I was at that game where we lost. I was there.
Yeah, I remember that. But dude, they've only been playing.
And that was a fluke loss.
They've only been playing in T-Mobile for 9 months. But it's already one of the most difficult places to play in all of the NHL for opposing teams. That's nuts, man. That's crazy. That doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
You know what, man? I think it's a whole bunch of things. This city, both of us were born and raised here. I mean, and we were born in the same hospital, went to the same middle school. Yada, yada, yada. We never had a sports team, bro. Or a professional sports team, sorry.
Yeah.
And we've been dying for that for years. And then, nope, you have legalized gaming. Nope, that's never going to happen. Nope. I mean, the closest thing we had was the 90 Rebels. And that's it. I mean, other than that, it's like, oh, no, we could never have a sports team, but, we can have all the UFC events here. We can have every major boxing thing here. It's like, no. Well, that's not fair. I mean, this city wanted a professional sports team. Hockey, I remember when people were like, hockey, I don't like the name, Golden Knights. I don't like the logo. I don't like the uniforms, blah, blah, blah. When I heard we were getting a sports team, and I've been a hockey fan about 10 years, I was ecstatic. I was like, thank God. I didn't expect us to be like this.
You're pretty ecstatic?
Nobody. Huh?
You were pretty ecstatic about it?
Well, God, yeah. And I know you were too. And we never expected this. I mean, even everybody who's, hating on us right now, saying we had, good sets and, with the expansion draft and we're handpicked a team and fuck that, dude. Even with the players we have now, they still picked us to be dead last.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it, and they are the Golden Misfits. They truly are the Golden Misfits.
Yeah, they are. Mm-hmm.
They know that teams casted them aside because they didn't want them, or they wanted to fit more room on their cap space, or go blame the other GMs for that shit. You can't blame us for wanting to get Marc-Andre Fleury. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, it's sad to say though. It's interesting with Seattle the next couple of years because.
Well, Seattle's going to be screwed because they're not going to get the same.
They are.
They're not going to get the same opportunities that we had. Vegas had. So they're going to be up shit's creek. To be honest with you.
Even though they paid $750 million, which is $150 million more than we did. We paid $500 million. They're paying $750, bro.
Yeah, I mean they want it bad. Apparently, right?
Yeah.
Apparently they do.
Oh, no. And then I talked with my aunt. She's like, well, Seattle's it's so populated. I was like, yeah. It just means people are going to go to that game. Yeah. I mean, come on now. You're a Seahawks fan. I kind of was like laughing, kind of laughed it off with her. I was like, yeah, it's going to happen. And it might work up there. I don't know. They've had a team before, though. And it didn't work. So I don't know. They have the Seahawks. To me, they're always going to be a football town, but yeah, I could be wrong.
The Seahawks?
The Seahawks.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's crazy, dude, because I just never, when I watched the first game back in October of the season, and Derek England came out and did a speech and shit, I never thought that we would be here, at the end of May, ever. I never thought that we would be here, and it blows my mind.
I recognized that day, though, and no, I did not either. But I did recognize we had a good team after that game, even though it was against Arizona.
Well, yeah, but I mean, recognizing you have a good team is one thing. Being in the Stanley Cup Finals is another. I mean,
well, yeah, no, but like I said though, I think we were, since nobody knew, even though we never knew what to expect, I think other teams didn't know what to expect from us, and I think that was somewhat of an advantage. If I'm just kind of being honest, I think teams didn't know how to deal with and they still don't know how to deal with our quickness, our incredible drive, we're just reluctant to score each and every. We're so fast on.
Yeah.
On just that. But it's going to be interesting next year, man. I think teams are going to be like, okay, we know it. We think we got Vegas figured out. It's going to be interesting who we keep, who goes. I really want to see what our draft picks.
You think that's what's going to happen next year?
Are we going to play Reed Duke? I mean, Cody Glass. Are we going to use guys our draft picks? So I mean, yeah, I'm of course I'm caught up in the mix right now and thinking about the Stanley Cup, but I'm also kind of what's in store for next year too.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious about next year, but man, I just, dude, I mean, 3 more wins, dude, and we win the Stanley Cup. We get a huge parade, man. Do you know, like, they're already planning for this parade? I mean, they kind of have to, right? Like, if you're going to have a parade, you can't just wing it. Like, win or lose, you got to have parade plans. You know what I'm saying? And from what I understand, man, this parade is going to be it's going to be huge. It's going to be massive.
Of course, man. I mean, so
I hate to sound like Donald. I hate to sound like Donald Trump, but it's going to be big. It's going to be bigger than anything you've ever seen. It's going to be bigly.
Hey, bro, I saw this one thing on Facebook. This one chick, she had I don't want to say her name, but she had this, it was a picture of Trump going on. We're going to win so much. There's going to be some, but it had the face of it was Trump speaking, but with the Knights logo.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to win so much. We're going to win. You're going to get tired of winning, folks. And then, nope, we're going to win some more. And we're going to keep winning and keep winning. And I'm like, wow. I mean, you really just explained our whole fucking season.
Goddamn.
That's exactly what happened. I mean.
Dude, that sounds great. I want to keep winning, man. I would love like a hockey dynasty, you know, but I would love all these things. But, man, these things are just, I mean, you can't talk about them yet. You just can't, you know? You gotta do one thing at a time, man. You know, we gotta get through We gotta get through this, and then because believe me, people are already talking. People are already talking about dynasties.
Here's my total jackass thing. This is from a amateur night. I can totally understand why people can love this team, but then I understand why there's a lot of people that hate our fans. So, you know, I'm reading through some of my social media, and I've talked about this fella a few times. Just talk about the most amateur hockey fan. And he goes on and he was like, our Las Vegas Golden Knights are undefeated in the Stanley Cup games. Just saying. And I think I'm like, you fucking you sound like a girl, dude. Just saying. First of all, no guy uses the word just saying. Just saying. I mean, and if I do, just slap the shit out of me. And fuck, you know, and this guy, he's that type that he wants us, he thinks every series is going to be a sweep, and just thinks that who doesn't really know shit about hockey. And I'm thinking, I'm going in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, you are the reason why there are a lot of people that hate Knights fans. It's because of you, jack off. Fucking, and that's the.
Well, I mean, you know, to tell you the truth, I mean, the Knights have been getting they've been getting shit all year. They've been getting shit on all year long, and you know, this didn't just start happening. Like, people didn't just. I mean, it used to be a lot worse actually, but I think it's gotten better. And to tell you the truth, like, I think a lot of these haters, man, I think a lot of the people that used to shit on the Knights jumped on board the Knight train. But that being said, there's still a lot of haters out there, man. There's still a lot of people that talk shit about the Golden Knights, and you know what? They can. I don't give a shit. I really don't care, man. Because guess what? They were in the Stanley Cup, and you're not. So.
Oh no! I'm not saying I'm glad we're there, and I think I'm fully confident we're gonna get it. But it's just when this dude doesn't know shit about hockey, and he's a football guy, and it's like, oh man, and it's like, and I'm kind of superstitious. I'm like, please, if you jinx this fucking team, I will beat you into submission. I will beat you back into football, dude. Put it that way. And I'm like, but yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yep. I don't know. There's a lot of people out there.
So anyways, what do you think we need to capitalize for a Game 2 victory? What would you like to see? What do you think we need to work on?
To tell you the truth, I think we could be faster. I think we could have, came out a little bit faster. You know, we didn't swarm like we normally do. You know, we had those. You know, it's weird. There's something about there's something about.
I did like that.
There's something about first
we're behind
periods in the Knights. I don't know what it is, but it's something about first period, man. You know, it really is. And
I'm just glad we scored first, because that to me is like, okay, when we score first, I'm like, okay, even if we give up a goal, okay, at least we scored first. And a lot like tonight, for example.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, at least if we score first. But then it's usually one games that we don't score first that I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. No, not our game, or kind of off tonight. But
yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. In a world, in the world capital of entertainment, Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals,
we weren't dropping it.
they went far beyond the value of any ticket you could buy in town. Like tonight's game was exciting. It was thrilling.
Oh yeah,
it was electric. It was everything you would want a final game to be. A finals game.
I want
to
to know what the ratings. I want to know what the ratings were.
Because
I want to know.
Won't get those for probably a few days.
Because there's been a lot of haters saying, the NHL is dead. I've heard all that BS. But I think, like you just said.
The what?
A lot of those haters. Oh, dude, I've heard people saying the NHL is dead.
Who would say that? That's the most ignorant thing I've ever heard in my life.
Mm-hmm. No, dude, I've heard.
Let me guess, you heard this on Facebook.
But, like you said.
Fucking people don't know what they're talking about, man.
But what I'm getting back to is like what you said, man. A lot of those haters are jumping on the Knights bandwagon. Even if they're not, they're just curious because they want to. I bet you, I can almost guarantee you, this might even be the most watched opening, first round or for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Finals ever. I mean,
dude, it was the most watched playoff season in the history of the NHL. So whoever said the NHL is dead needs to go jump off a cliff. Like, soon. Oh,
no, I totally agree on that, jackass. Moronic fucking comment.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, I've heard it all, man. The whole Gary Batman fucking kicking his team and everything's rigged. I've heard so much shit.
Yeah, what do you expect when you're on Facebook?
It's almost that crazy.
It's dummies talking to other dummies on Facebook. That's pretty much what that is. But I don't know, man.
Well, I wasn't talking to him. I was just.
It's pretty crazy, but there are people that say that, and that's fine. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but and it's just kind of funny. Like, the NHL's dead. Like, why would you? I mean, are you even an NHL fan? Do you have a team, or are you just saying the NHL's dead because the Golden Knights are winning, or why would you even say that? It's just. I don't know, man. People's intelligence just kind of blows my mind sometimes. Mm-hmm. It's really mind-boggling, honestly.
I've heard worse. I've read worse than that, dude. And
thank God I haven't, because I would just.
It's a combination
jump off a cliff
of
myself.
Just years of their team not getting to a cup, or it's jealousy. It's seeing a team like Vegas. Maybe they feel that. We shouldn't, it's all, they don't think we deserve a team because we're in the desert. And I've heard it from people, well, unless you grew up back east, or if you didn't grow up in Canada, you don't know really the full aspect on hockey. And it's like, well, okay, I know about hockey. I can learn it. I never played it, but I can understand the rules.
No, I get it. And, Austin Miller in chat said,
there's so much negativity, dude. Mm-hmm. It's probably worse than shit I've read about football blogs.
Mm-hmm. So Austin Miller in chat said, it's the playoffs. Every club has fans that come out of the woodwork. And that's true, man. Like, it's absolutely true. They all do. They all come out of the woodwork. I mean, I can't go on Twitter or anything without reading something about a Boston Bruins fan shitting on the Golden Knights because of their pre-show or something.
Dude, I thought the pre-show was awesome.
I think it's awesome. And you don't like it? Well,
it was awesome.
Too bad, because I love it.
We had fucking Michael Buffer out there, dude. Beat that.
Right.
Beat that. That was awesome.
Hey, who gets Michael Buffer to come out there, man? I mean, that is awesome. That's amazing, dude.
I mean, it felt like and I know it's the championship. It's the Stanley Cup Finals, and it's a championship, best of 7 series. But it literally felt like it was Frazier versus Ali. It was, oh, man, it was like Tyson versus Evander Holyfield has had that feeling like, oh, right, it's like, and the way he just,
right.
And he did it great too. The way he knew every player's, everything about every player, and like, it's great. I loved it.
Yeah, man, it definitely is great. But I mean,
even greater, we got the win too.
Dude, it's awesome we got the win. Mm-hmm. One more win, I'm telling you. Like I said I think we're gonna sweep, man. I still think we're gonna sweep them.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but
still saying
that's what I'm going
5.
with.
But
Knights in 5, yeah. A lot of people are going with Knights in 5, and
a lot going Knights in 7. A lot going Caps in 6. I've read it all. But good.
Well, I think we're going to see a little bit different of a Knights team. Wednesday? I think.
Yeah, that's what I want. I wanted your input on that. What do you?
Well, I think Courier is coming back for one thing.
That's good.
I'm not sure. You just never know what Gallant's going to do, man. I mean, he's a wizard. I mean, he his changes, man, his line matchups. I mean, the guy is amazing. He's amazing at what he does, and no one can ever take that away from the guy. I mean, he makes the right calls, and that's why he's probably going to have a job here until he decides to retire, and probably work, in the back office or something after that. Who knows? But just from what him and the whole group has done this year. But I
think he. I don't want to see anybody else coach our team than the Turk. That's he to me is, having him. He's a player's coach.
No, I mean right now you're going to say that.
Love him.
Right now you're going to say that. It's natural to say it right now, but there comes a time, in every season.
I'm saying that right. I'm saying that next year. I'm saying that for.
Okay.
He's the right fit for us. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Right now, he is, I mean, you never say never, man. I mean, teams grow. We're going to lose players. Those, we're going to get new players. I mean, that's just kind of how sports works. And, I mean, we'll see. But, I mean, right now he's great. And I think he's going to, it's not going to change in the next year or two. I mean, it's not like that. But, I mean, in the future, like, things are going to change. Of course. Things always change. Things never stay the same. These players are going to want more money. They're going to want more everything.
I think first is going to go is, how many years does Slurry got left? Even if he wants to play with us next year,
Oh, he will. He will. Everything I've read about Marc-Andre Fleury, he's.
I've read.
His wife loves it here. Yeah, I don't think they're going to go anywhere. And to be honest with you,
retiring here.
Why would you go?
Years, though, do you think? How many years do you think he's got left?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he says he's going to do this as long as he keeps enjoying what he's doing. Mm-hmm. I mean, that could be 5 years. That could be 2 years. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm fine with him too, as long as he can keep playing, competitively and, but. At some point, Legacy and Subban have to, they have to take their bumps too and get in there. Yep. So, I mean,
So, Legacy playing backup. Subban, was he injured again? Or I heard something that he got injured in practice? Or.
To tell you the truth, I haven't heard anything about Malcolm Subban. So I really.
They were kind of really. And
not lately. I haven't heard anything about him in the last couple of days. So I really don't know what. I didn't even see him on the bench, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No, it was Legacy. It was backup.
Yeah, then I don't know what his deal is.
Games. I think the whole last series, Legacy was backup.
Yeah, he was at some point. Yeah, they called him up. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what's going on with Subban, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's one of those things, But
Yes, it is.
Legacy. I think Legacy is going to be good when he grows. You know what I'm saying? I think he's got a lot of growing, a lot of learning to do. But I think he's going to be a good goalie. I think he's going to be great out there.
Mm-hmm.
And even Subban, Subban's good. He moves really well. He just doesn't see the puck very well at times.
Yeah.
And that's one thing. Like Marc-Andre Fleury has amazing eyes.
A lot
dude.
of goals. Yeah.
Marc-Andre Fleury has amazing eyes, man. He's like a Raven, man. He just picks up on that puck, dude, and it's over. Like he just zeroes in on it. Where I noticed like Malcolm Subban just doesn't quite read the puck as well. So, I mean, we'll see on that one.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting who's gonna fill his shoes, man. I mean, who's gonna be our solid backup? Because I do believe in good goaltender tandems. Who's going to be the next person? Who's going to be our next goaltender going into the future? I mean, I know I give Fleury 2 to 5 years. I mean, that's a guesstimation.
No, I mean, I honestly don't think we should even be talking about the future. Let's just win the Stanley Cup first. I mean, the future is the future. I mean, who the fuck knows what's going to happen in the future, man? And we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone the deep future. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I really don't have any idea what's going to happen in the future.
It's either that or draft another, get in.
What about TJ Oshie, man? Oshie's dude, that guy. Jesus. Oshie, man.
He looks solid.
Dude, Oshie, Backstrom, net.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Oshie, Backstrom, net.
Yeah, dude. I mean, you shut down Ovechkin, but yeah, Backstrom and Yoshi. Yoshi's he looked good last series too. I mean, so did Backstrom. What did he come back? Game 5 or game 6 off the injury, and I think he scored right off the bat. And I'm like, fuck, dude. If we play them, watch out for that guy. And yeah, and Yoshi. I mean, he's a solid hockey player. He is. There's no way around those guys. They're going to score points, and we just got to put up more.
Yeah, he is. The first period saw 4 goals split evenly between two teams, with the Golden Knights facing a short-lived deficit for the first time since Game 1 in Winnipeg. After Colin Miller's opener slipped by a blinded Braden Holtby, dude. Holtby was totally caught off guard by a Colin Miller shot, man. That was an awesome shot, too. He really was. Mm-hmm. And Brett Connolly deflected the shot past Fleury. It was like a soft backhand finish from Backstrom and gave the Caps a 2-1 lead, I believe.
Yep.
But man, Braden Holtby is really he's a good fucking goalie, man. He really is. And to tell you the truth, like I said earlier, besides Jonathan Quick, I think Braden Holtby is like the best goalie that we've gone up against in the playoffs. To tell you the absolute truth, Martin Jones, I've never been a big Martin Jones fan. He's trash. Hellebuck, I'm not really Hellebuck. He's just not very. I don't think he's that good, but whatever.
But isn't he in the running for the NCAA trophy?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I mean, he's not that great. Holtby, he saves him, man. Mm-hmm. He really does. So.
He's definitely looked good the last 2 series, at least, even 3. In the playoffs, I'm going to say the playoffs, he's looked great.
Yeah, man, he really does save him. So I don't know. The Caps took a 2-1 lead, a lead the Capitals, quickly lost due to a wild Bill Carlson goal. That goal off Holtby's shoulder, which was fucking awesome. You know,
Yep.
I always love it when Wild Bill scores, man. I go
Off
crazy.
your shoulder. Yep.
I go wild, man. I go Wild Bill on everybody.
You go wild for Wild Bill?
I go wild for Wild Bill. Yeah. I want to see another hat trick by Wild Bill.
That would be great, right?
Mm-hmm. In the second, you know, neither side could really separate themselves. Riley Smith finished with an easy opportunity at point-blank range, but John Carlson guided in a gorgeous goal off a no-look TJ Oshie pass 5 minutes later to knot the game at 3-3.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, I got really pissed at that point, man. I really did.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was shitty that, you know, Riley Smith, he got that goal, and then all of a sudden, you know, he pretty much gives up that fucking puck. You know, he's thinking, you know, he should have been playing defense, but he was thinking offense, and then, you know, they turned it over and scored right off that. And it's like, shit, man.
Yeah, it made sense. I mean, heading into the third, that a difference maker in such an even game would be a weird bit of luck, going one way or the other. And that's what the Capitals got, you know, just a minute into the final period. So, early Capitals attack led to a goal credited to Tom Wilson when Marc-Andre Fleury unknowingly backheeled the puck into his own net.
Oh, man, that was bad.
And, yeah, you know, when he did that, I was like, oh, God. But, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you know, fuck, man, there's a lot going on there, and he fucked up, you know. He made a mistake. Marc-Andre Fleury doesn't make many mistakes, you know. Although I will say he's made a few lately, but you know, what can you do? You know, nothing.
Exactly.
But as they did in the regular series, you know, in the Jets series anyway, the Knights took a potentially crushing momentum swing and almost immediately neutralized it. This time with a determined Ryan Reeves goal, which was awesome, man. I love Ryan Reeves goals, man. They don't happen very often, but when he does score, man, yeah, it's time to rejoice.
They've been happening lately, though.
Well, yeah, lately.
He had one in the Winnipeg series with game. He had that one in Game 5, the winning goal, and then goal today, dude. And then he had an assist in Game 4. So, good job, Ryan, man. Keep it up, man.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
he's been stepping up, man.
I'm really happy with the way he's been playing, man, to tell you the truth. I mean, I don't have anything shitty to say about the guy. I really don't. You know, he's been playing really well. But we got to talk about, man, that hit on Jonathan Marchessault from Tom Wilson.
By Wilson?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dude.
What a fucking cheap shot.
Wow. What was up with that, man? Just a douche maneuver, man. Just
you think he'll get suspended for that hit?
No, I really don't think it's that. No. No, he took the penalty, and that's pretty much about it. That's it. Marchessault obviously didn't have a concussion or anything because they let him back. You know, if they felt that he
that's a good sign, by the way, because he's
we
need him.
Yeah,
we need him.
Definitely a good sign. You know, if they felt in any way, you know, by his eye movement or whatever, that he had a concussion, they would not let him back on the ice. So him coming back is a good sign. Yeah. Past that, I mean, Thomas Nosek, one time to perfect. Yeah. David Perron cross ice pass for, I don't know, man. I mean, Thomas Nosek, sometimes I like the guy and sometimes I don't, man. It's really weird with him. To be honest, I love all the Knights, man, but he's probably my least favorite Knight. Yeah. It's probably my least favorite Knight, to tell you the truth. Thomas Nosek.
Got 2 goals tonight, though.
Yeah, he did. That's great, but you know, it is what it is. Thomas Nosek, 2 goals. One was an empty net goal.
Yeah, like I said, man, our fourth line has just been stepping up, and all you can ask for. I mean, and I expect to see in game 2. I want to see Perron. I want to see more from him. I want to see him score. I want to see, maybe James Neal bring something. Somebody from that line.
Well, I mean, to tell you the truth,
yeah, where has the second line been, dude?
Where was the second line? That was my question. I mean, a lot of fourth line tonight, and that's just Turk's way of moving things around and keeping things, It's hard because only he sees things, through. What am I trying to say, man? So like, we can also hear him
totally
be,
understand what you.
Yeah.
I totally get what I think he's.
Like when we look at the situation, we're not seeing it the same way.
Head. Like, okay, we're gonna give the fourth line a bit more ice time, and then we're gonna run where maybe give our second liners a little bit more ice time for game 2. Kind of switch it up, play with Washington's.
Yeah.
Because we know what Washington's going to throw at us, but they don't really. They know maybe a few of our top liners. They don't. There's a lot of. They don't know a lot of our weapons. Dude, we are so stacked. Every one of us, our lines can score. They don't know what's. And I think that's where Gallant's we got the upper hand on that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, in our defense, dude, Nate Schmidt and Spiza are badass.
Oh, so I love those guys. Braden McNabb. Oh yeah. Yeah,
Braden McNabb. Even England, like what? You know how England got on that team just because. He did, and he's a steady Eddie, man. The guy's a steady Eddie, man. The guy goes out there and just gets it done. And the thing is he only got on that team just because he was from Vegas, man. Like that's it. That's really that's it. Like that's why they
with the Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah. No one expected anything. No one expected them to be where they are. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna sign Derek England this year, and whatever. He's from Vegas, and and this whole Vegas, the whole October 1 shooting happened, and he became kind of the the voice, for it, and things are the way they are now. But and now he's he signed for another year, so he'll be here next year.
We have him another year, yeah.
So
which is good. I like Derek England. I think he's a strong leader. He's one of those players that I've in an interview. Everybody speaks very highly of him. I just hope we keep as many of these guys as we possibly can, man, because I really love this team, and I think that they have such great chemistry with themselves. I don't want to see any major changes. But next year probably shouldn't even be thinking about that. We got 3 more wins. Sorry, or a potential 6 more games, but. I expect a tough series, man. Tough game 2. I want our second line or our third line to come out. Kind of concerned about the ice, man.
Yeah, game 2 is going to be just as tough, man. Yeah. Like I said, man, the Washington Capitals, man. They really faced a lot of adversity, and shit, man. This whole playoffs, man, they came back. They were dead. They were dead to the Blue Jackets, man. They were dead to the Blue Jackets. They should have lost to the Blue Jackets.
And that was their first round. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
So they've been doing it, all playoff long. So am I totally comfortable, with 1, 2 game lead, 3 game lead? Not really, man. But to tell you the truth, I know the Knights, and when the Knights are playing the kind of hockey, man, that they play, when they got it, and when I say it, I mean like it. When they got it, there ain't nobody that can beat them. Nobody.
Yeah. You're right, man.
Nobody.
You're absolutely right. These guys are fighting a bunch of kids to watch, man. They definitely turned the whole city around. I think we can do it. I think we're gonna do it. And
hell
but
yeah,
I
we
expect
are.
a game 2. Expect a tough game 2. I hope Fleury's a little bit more comfortable. Seemed like he was just a little bit nervous, but some of those goals were just slop goals. Just once it just couldn't, Riley Smith let him down with that,
Yeah. Yep, for sure.
And and it's not the first time I've seen him do that too. I mean, I've seen him do that a few times, where he just plays sloppy D.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really does. We're gonna get out of here.
All right, man.
So, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go eat. But
everybody, hit the like, subscribe to my boy Mars.
Yeah, man.
Hit Born Podcast.
Yep, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, also hit the bell for notifications, so you guys know each and every time we go live. We go live after every Golden Knights game. We're going to be going into the off season. We're doing podcasts once a week, news and rumors every day. So definitely hit the like and hit the subscribe button, man, on your way out. And we will catch you. When's the next game? Wednesday, right?
Wednesday night. Yep, Wednesday night.
Wednesday night.
Vegas Board Podcast. Be there.
Vegas Born Podcast. All right, everybody, have a good night. Be safe out there. If you're out T-Mobile drinking and stuff, man, be safe. Get an Uber or something.
Yeah, Lyft, Uber. Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive. No.
Yep.
All right, guys. Everybody out there, have a good night. Mac, you have a good night too, bro.
Hey, bro. Later, bro.
All right, man. Later.